So today, it's not like a podcast show, even though I'm going to put this out on all my episodes, because it's one of the services that I mention, the virtual assistants. And I don't really go into much detail with it. And when we have clients, they're really happy, but because they understand and we take a call. And I think it's important that we kind of go through the different things that we offer because perhaps it might be of benefit to you or somebody that you know. And first of all, I'd like you to introduce to my business partner, Karen Rubab.
Thank you. Thank you, Roy.
So I've actually made a list of stuff because I want to make sure that we don't miss anything. And I suppose let's just kind of start off on kind of your kind of experience that about Karen first. That's what you've been kind of working on.
Yeah, so hello everybody. Hope you all are doing well. So I am Kiran and I am working with coaches from over a decade now. I started as a web designer, and when I was doing the web design, then I realized that it is not just the design that sells. So we had to jump into the marketing. So then we started to look at like what is converting and what is bringing more people to the website. That is where I jumped into marketing. So now we are doing marketing, we are doing website designs, even the software build, landing pages, funnels. So all of that, that is something which I am doing from last, let's say, over a decade now. So
Mm.
yeah.
No, excellent. And I suppose I kind of tell how this came about as well. So I'm podcasting for 20 since 2018. And over that time, I've kind of worked with a few different people to do different things. And there's a lot of times, say Fiverr, sometimes they'd do something. A lot of the times they didn't. And then you'd have to escalate the situation to get your money back. Same with Upwork. Upwork would show you screenshots. And a lot of the time they'd promise you the earth, the moon, and the stars, and you'd get nothing. Other times it starts off brilliant, and then it actually, after a month, 2 months, you start seeing all the screenshots showing your social media, but no results. And I'm actually convinced that a lot of them, they have two computers and they just have it set up because the way that it works is taking screenshots. I don't know, is it every 10 minutes or something like that? But I wasn't getting the results and I was
Yeah.
disappointed. With my own experience, I actually had a recruitment license in Ireland. So when the Polish were coming to Ireland, I was actually placing a lot of them in construction jobs and things like that. So I've experience in that. I've done project management, so I understand how to manage projects as well. I've got a diploma in applied project management. I've even actually got a first class award for project management. And I was actually so shy that I wouldn't go to the award ceremony to go up in front of everyone to collect it. So then I've overcome the fear of public speaking and I'm able to. I've done hundreds of speeches, but I've mentored a lot of people. And that might seem like not really relevant, but that's something that we can actually help people as well. If they're looking for stuff and just even social media experience because I've got millions of downloads. A lot of it is thanks to what Karen is doing with me. Sometimes she just come up with an idea and just go with it, and it works. We collaborate a lot with all the different things. So I think it's just kind of relevant with kind of the experience we're doing. I suppose
Yeah.
let's talk about the office first, because like always people are worried because sometimes you can have administration access and that's
Yes.
okay because they're protecting themselves, but other times there's not. And the way that we do it is basically your team that you're there, like you've got access, but like they're just working away. So I mean, we know that when you're dealing with employees, but we've never been compromised. We've never actually had a client's access detail, and I think that's an important thing. So maybe you just kind of
Yeah.
explain how you're doing that.
Yeah. So basically, first I want to touch point on a few things which you said about the Upwork and Fiverr. So I started on Upwork and Fiverr as well. And I found a few clients which were they were so much hesitant. Even there was like a password protection, they will be using passkey, this and that. So they do not share their passwords. But still, they were so much hesitant because most of the time on Upwork, you have this thing milestones, right? So if you have a big project and you have it in milestones. For example, first we are going to do the front end design, then we are going to do the website design, and then we are going to build the software, which is the back end, right? So what they would do, they would go ahead, they will do the prototype, they will take that money. Then they will do the front end design, then they will take that money. then they will build you something functional. They will take that money. But when it comes to the back end, and that is where, like, a lot of mess happens, and you have to make sure that everything is working fine. So that there was a company I was working back in 2021. So they were supposed to build a mobile application, and they wasted like, I'll say 12 to 15 months. They got the prototype, they got the front end, they got the a little bit of functional app, but when it comes to errors, they were supposed to resolve that, and that is where they blocked them from everywhere. So they were able to take the 3 milestones money as well. They were able to waste their all of their like 1.5 year. So that is something I have seen a lot on Upwork and Fiverr. So yeah, that is why we are like, whenever you come to us, we definitely work in milestones as well, but we make sure that you get your product, that everything is working with you. And most of the time, for example, if there is a complex system we are building, which is going to take an year or two, we do it in such a way that everything is protected. So it is not like you're just working with, because on Upwork, there's one more thing, that people will take the project and they will outsource it to India, to Bangladesh, right? So that happens most of the time, right? So there would be like, they will be pretending that we are in USA or we are in Europe and we are going to do all of that. But on the back end, they are hiring other development teams and they just do the stuff. And that is why you never get your end product. So that is why we have created this company, VA World, and where we take care of everything. So our teams are in-house. Most of our teams are in-house. So I have this office where we have our own computers, and we do not provide actual access to anybody. And then we also have, let's say if it is a development project, then we have a complete development team. And let's say if one of them is uh, stuck somewhere, or that person is no longer, so even then you will be able to complete that project. So that is something you cannot get it done on Upwork or Fiverr. So that was one thing. And then when it comes to social media, you are like, most of the time people are hesitant to share their passwords, because definitely, like, if it is stolen, then your life work is gone. So we make sure that we do not provide your login access to anybody else. We access your stuff on our office computers, and nobody has access to it later on. Yeah.
And I suppose an important thing as well is, because I've worked with, like, I've had about 20 plus companies, and a lot of times we've actually done projects with India and different things. And even just talking to some people, sometimes, whether it's an app or a website or whatever, they'll create something and it's usually a lot different to what your expectations are. But what happens is, when you want changes done, they charge an arm and a leg. They basically, like, they take you for granted, and you've no way out of it because they have access on the thing. And what I would just like to say, with, like, because we obviously give options, and you're teaching people how to do stuff themselves, whether they want it, because some clients will actually want you to do everything and they'll send it over, and that's okay. And it's not going, it doesn't cost you too much. It's like, we make sure that we're looking after you. But the other thing is, if you want to be doing it yourself, we'll teach you how to do it. And I
Yes.
think that's very, and one of the things that I actually love, you're extremely technical. Like, even with myself, lots of things with the Facebook, how to do it on the group. So when people need information like that, because when you're doing calls, or if you need a loom, we simplify it,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
sometimes people just write and they say, "Oh, do this, do this." We can either set a loom, or go in and do the recording and show you how to do the different things. And it's in our aim to make sure that you're getting more clients, more followers, more downloads,
Yes.
whatever you require, because we want continuous business. So it's a win-win. We're not just kind of going, "Oh, let's get a client and then get the next one." Like, we keep clients, and
Yeah.
I think that's an important thing.
Yeah, yeah. So one of the value which we have in our company is like customer retention. So we definitely, like, we don't want to work with more people, but we want to make sure that whoever we are working with, we retain that client, and that is the biggest asset you have in your business. That is like customer retention. So we definitely work hard to keep one client. So we are not looking for, like, take this, take this, take this, and also, like, we work with the ideal clients. So that is something I teach to all of my students as well, that whenever we work with somebody, we make sure that that is matching who we want to work with, right? So it is not like we will just take anybody. So
And
yeah,
I think we
yeah,
might just mention one of the kind because I didn't actually ask for a testimonial and I sent it to you. We're going to put it on my website on the thing. But
yeah,
one of the clients that was an existing podcaster and I helped her. And then I introduced her to Kieran and what we're doing. And she's been working with us since and she loves it. And she's just increasing the
yeah,
services that she's getting. But she gave a
yeah,
beautiful testimonial of
yes,
how brilliant the service is. And like she's the ideal client as well because we have so much
yes,
respect, because sometimes like a lot of times people they think by having a virtual assistant that you're like a slave to them and they can abuse you. And we don't
yeah,
tolerate that.
no,
But we
yeah,
don't give abuse back either. So we're making sure
yeah,
the workers that we're looking after and the
yeah,
clients we're looking after. So there is people that think they can abuse as a virtual assistant, and we will never tolerate that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that is 100% top of our policy. So yeah.
So a lot of the times most virtual assistants, it's about the hours. And I know that sometimes when you're talking to people, they're going, how much per hour? And a lot of the time we're doing packages, but we can do hours. So you might just touch on that.
Yeah, so most of the time we let's say you require something which is basic, like you know exactly what you need per month. That is when we give you the package. So like this is monthly package. Let's say you want to get some Instagram reels done. So you will tell us that we want 20 reels per month, we want 10 reels per month, or we want 30 reels per month. So that way we will define a package for you. So this is what you are going to pay monthly, right? So whenever you will tell us like these are the things we need, you know exactly what you need, that is when we offer you the packages. But most of the time, like there would be some people, their stuff is like that keeps on changing, right? So there's somebody who needs some reporting done. So then there would be somebody who would need some data entry. So that is where we do the hourly. So hourly is like depending on, for example, if you need bookkeeping and accounting, so we will charge you per hour. So the starting rate is $12 per hour, and then how much experienced person you need, depending on that, it changes. So it goes up to 25 or 35 or even $50 per hour, depending on what kind of accountant you need. So yeah.
I suppose we kind of just talk on a few of the different services because I mean, like course creation, because you've brilliant experience with that and you've even done courses on it itself. So you might just
Yeah.
talk on because that's one that people kind of either have and it's not working or they aspire to do it. So you might kind of let people know about your experience in that.
Yeah, so in terms of course creation, because I've seen a lot of people, they will be spending years and years in creating a course, and they will never be able to produce a course. So I have this course where named as Jet Course Launch. So where I help people to launch their course like within a few months. The teaching on the Zoom. So that is the first phase I go into. I work with the clients and get them to say, let's say 10 students. Once they enroll the 10 students and they have course corrected everything in their course, then we go for a recorded course because like you will see it most of the time that people have the recorded courses. They have spent it like hours and hours and hours into it, and then they get nobody sign up. So we want to make sure that you first have the MVC where you have a minimal viable course, you have tested everything, you know what is working, what is not working, what kind of questions people have, and that is when we go for recordings. And when you do the recordings, we help you to take care of everything from your sales pages to your learning management system to the support team to the emails. So everything is going automatically. Yeah.
Like other things as well as like creating logos, graphics, even setting up the social media pages because a lot of
Yeah.
people they've either done it wrong or they haven't done it or they hate doing it and it can be totally managed because sometimes people go, I want to stay in my lane and just do the coaching and we can
Yeah.
actually do the whole lot. So you might just, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
we've done it for a lot of people, so you might just kind of touch on that as well.
Yeah, so when it comes to VA services, we offer like we try to cover everything, whatever an online business need, and even the offline businesses like brick and mortar business, whatever they need, we try to cover it all. So first thing is admin support, whatever support you need. So we, what our goal is to provide you the time where you can take care of the things where you excel and you outsource everything else to Avar. So we provide you with the admin support. So whatever admin stuff you need, and even like for example, you are getting a lot of um, customer care support. So we will have somebody here responding to all of the queries, so you can focus on where you excel. And same as with the website and CRM management. So we will do the logo, we will take care of the website, we will take care of all the landing pages and all the backend stuff. So your payments are working, your shop is working fine, your CMS is working fine, you are getting all the leads. And whenever you get the leads, we try to automate the process as much as possible. So we want to make sure that there is as less human involvement as much as possible. So we have now recruited a few people in our team which can manage the AI. So they will develop the AI for you to, for example, if you get a lead, and now before this is how it was happening. So you will get a lead and you have to make sure to get back to that person manually. So for that, you would have 10 people or 20 people joining you. But now with our AI development, what we have done, this is something we have practiced in Go High level, but we are now developing other systems where you can have it built inside each funnel. So your lead will come in, and then we will make sure that even if somebody calls you or they email you, we will have an AI agent which will call him back, and that will do it like as much as humanly possible. So they will tell them that if the query is not in the scope of AI to answer, then they will tell them that a human will call you. So our agent will call you, and they will automatically process that into the next funnel where you have to make sure that you are talking to that person. So that is something with website, CRM, and AI. We are trying to build the processes so which can so like you can take rest and you get that off your head. And then we have the graphic design and social media. So we make sure that you have the loveliest graphics, you have the loveliest ebooks, right? So everything is speaking to your audience. And when it comes to social media, we post all of your content. We most of the time we don't do the content writing, but if you need it, then we can definitely help you there as well. So we will edit your all of your reels or YouTube. And even with the strategy, if you need to have some calls, if you want to if you want to learn social media and you are not sure what to put on social media, what to record, so we have I get on a call and I explain you how you need to record it, like step by step, because on social media we have these different phases. You don't want to be too salesy, you want to be providing all of the free stuff, you don't want to be just providing the education. So we definitely divide it into this uh, uh, we make a schedule. So we definitely helped you there. And digital marketing, we helped you with Facebook ads and then Google ads. We have really expert people who do the Facebook ads and Google ads as well. Then we have the bookkeeping and accounting. So bookkeeping and accounting, we do we keep track of everything, what your your finances are. We help you with the podcasting because Roy is a podcast coach, so he will help you with all of the coaching, whatever you need, and all of the backend stuff like cropping the post into bit-sized reels. So all of that we Word can take care of.
And I mean, like, because we're both kind of looking at what the clients are doing, but even with, say, the Polish one, I mean, I wasn't doing shorts and that, and you came up with the suggestion of, hey, let's do shorts and put them on Facebook. And
Yeah.
sometimes in a week, it was getting 10,000 views, which was incredible. I mean, that was something that I didn't even miss. And it's like, no, like, obviously, we're doing it all. But another thing that I think is important as well is with like Stripe or PayPal or different thing, you're able to set up the accounts for the payments, and it's totally safe because the way that you're doing it, you're given the access, and then it liaises with, say, Stripe and stuff like that. So, say even my course or any of the things that I'm selling, they've all been set up by you. They all look very professional.
Yeah.
And because sometimes people are worried about things like that as well, and they think, oh, maybe, but it doesn't. It like you don't get it. You don't get that. It doesn't go to you, but you can set it
No.
up, and that's important as well because a lot of people fear that.
Yeah. So whenever it comes to setting up the payment gateways, we don't ask you to give us your login information. We get on a call with you and we do it together. So we do a screen share call, and we because we want to play it fair, so we definitely make sure that we do not take any kind of information which is very personal. So whenever it comes to Stripe, because we would need whenever we are setting up, we need four keys. So we will help you. We will get on a call with you. We will make sure that we provide you with the instruction. We tell you go there, go there, go there, and then you give us the data we need and we integrate it. And then we help you with the testing. For example, if we are setting it to your store, then you will definitely buy a dummy product, and that is when you will know if you are everything is working fine.
And because some people are technical, I'm not. But what I love is actually when we're doing a call, you're able to write on the screen. So because sometimes
Yeah,
you're looking at 50 different tabs and you just circle, okay, hit here, pull down there, press that button, and
yeah,
it's basically like not to worry. To like, and sometimes if you forget, like we can have a recording and send it so that you can save it and things like.
yes,
So it's simplified and not to be fearing about the technical
yeah,
aspect.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, like, if we've kind of touched on most of the stuff, and so I suppose that the main thing is like the next thing is just like book a call because how we
yeah,
do it, you could like sometimes we try to both come on the call if needed, but you go into our website va.world and Karen will take a call with you, or I will, and we can both kind of come in and do it, and then we listen. And also, what I do as well is I give my WhatsApp number, so if there's any issue or anything, I'm contactable when you send a message
yeah,
and we're able to help you because we're there to serve your business and like
yeah,
we've got obviously different time zones, but Karen works a lot. She we both
yeah.
we're good. Also, we're kind of available a lot of hours as well.
Yeah, yeah. So the time zone is not usually an issue because we try to book everything in advance. So even like with social media, because when you are doing it day to day, then it becomes really hard. So we make sure we are planning in advance. So with the client you were mentioning, like Catherine, when we started, we were doing it like 1 week in advance, but now we have it scheduled for a whole month. So that is how we do it. We want to make sure that like, we are not stressing about something day by day. So our goal is to simplify things and to make it in such a way that it is just smooth.
No, exactly. And I mean,
Yeah.
like you've mentioned America, but I mean, like we've clients UK,
Yeah.
Europe, Australia.
You,
So, we cater
Canada.
yeah. So, yeah,
Yeah.
so we're able to help out. So I think that's, unless there's something else that you'd like to mention, but I think we've covered all the things that I think people should know about.
Yeah. I think we covered most of it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So thanks, Karen. And
Yeah.
basically for the
Thank you.
listeners, look, if you're interested in a virtual assistant, there's no pressure. We don't use slimy, tricky sales to close a call.
Yeah.
If you want to work with us, you work with us. We're happy to have a call, even if it's not a fit. No problem. No harm done. And even if you recommend, you can send a message and everything. We appreciate that. So take care.
Thank you.